Hi, this is Mickey, and we're talking about Photoshop, adjusting your brightness and contrast using levels. We're talking about levels today in Photoshop, and levels is an area in which you're able to adjust your photo, specifically adjusting the brightness and contrast in an image to give it a little bit of saturation. So the first thing we do is we navigate to our levels. You can either use a shortcut of Command L or you can either use a shortcut of Command L, or you can navigate to go to Image, Adjustments, Levels. Photoshop allows you to use shortcuts or navigate through the menu bar. And so when we pull up our levels, what we're looking at is in this input levels, we're looking at what we call a histogram. And the histogram gives us a visual of the distribution of pixels. Remember, each photo is made up of these pixels. And so the pixels are spread out among this photo in this histogram. And when we're looking, there are 3 points I want you to be mindful of. We have our dark point, which is our blacks on the left. In the middle, we have our midpoint, which is our neutral space, which are usually gray. And we have our highlights, which are the white points. And when we're looking at the histogram, we want to make sure that we are seeing the distribution of pixels across deals with the shadows, the midtones, and the highlights. But looking at the up and down, the y-axis, that's where we're able to see where they actually are distributed. So in looking at the histogram and this image, we see that the clergy are all in the white robes and sleeves, and a lot of the image, the bulk of the image is spread out across the white of what they're wearing. And so we see that. When we go to adjust our image, I'm going to bring in some shadow. And by doing that, I go down to here and I'm going to take my input mark and move it from the shadow space over to the right. And if I go too much, the image is going to be too dark. So I want to make sure that I bring it into just where the distribution of pixels is starting. And on the right, where we look at highlights, I actually have enough highlight in this image, but if I were just showing you, for example, if I bring over highlights, that's going to add too much brightness to the image. So we're going to leave it where it is. And then click OK. And now I've adjusted the brightness and shadows of my photo. Specifically for this one using levels, I increased the shadow. So there's a little bit more contrast in this image. I then save as. Quality 12, and I'm finished.